It is so big. Our world is so big. And I know I sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but I don't think that God meant for our world to be so big. Yeah, wait on me. I'm going to make it make sense in a minute. Sociologically, psychologically, I don't think that it is healthy to have all of those people in your space all the time, in your life, in your head. That's too many people. That's too many people with too many opinions and too many ideas and too much concept, and it's absolutely crazy. And I think that's why we're all stressed out and we're nervous and we can't sleep at night and our digestion is all, and you got to take a pill for everything. We had made GNC rich. We could save a lot of money if we start putting people out of our lives. It's too crowded, it's too much, it's too loud, it lasts too long. 24 hours a day, news coming at you around the clock. I don't need to hear from you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I need to go to bed. I grew up with the 6 o'clock news. You heard the news while you was eating dinner and that was it. If they didn't get it in an hour, it didn't happen. 24 hours of you telling me over and over and over the same thing again and again is driving me crazy. Am I the only one, but is there anybody else that is just sick and tired of this craziness? Have we lost our mind? Some of the people who comment on my stuff on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram comment in languages I can't even translate. I don't even know whether to be happy or to be mad. I don't know whether to fight back. I don't know whether they insulted me or glad. And then I got people follow me or in the hip hop family, and the language has changed. The other day they said I was dripping, and I thought they meant I was sweating. I was mad all day because I thought they was making fun of me. It was late at night that somebody told me dripping is good. I thought they're making fun of me sweating. They called me the drip, and I was hot. I said, don't say nothing, because I have to talk to myself. I have to call myself into counseling and have a prayer meeting with myself and tell myself, don't flip out now, because really there are 10 people in here, and it depends on which one answers you what you're going to get. One of us is a bishop, the other one is a fool. And where are my real people at? I want to talk to some real people tonight. All you church folk go home. I want to talk to some real people tonight. I want to talk to some people that you got another brother down inside of you. You got to put him on lock, because if he come out of control, you will lose your job, your life, your wife, your friends, your family. I have to lock him. I'm just being real with you. There are over 7 billion people on the planet. We got more people on the planet than we ever have in the history of the world. It's crowded. Everything is crowded. It's people on top of people. We can't even get out of a city when there's a hurricane. We run out of gas. We can't go nowhere. We can't move. It's crowded. 6.8 billion people on the planet have a mobile device. That's too many people. Out of 7 billion, 6.8 billion people got a phone. I don't want to talk to you. On any given day, 1.4 billion people log on to Facebook. 1.4 billion people are in your phone right now waiting on you to say something. That's a lot. It used to be it was you and your kids and your friends and your little church with the little wood floor and the Mahalia Jackson fan. And only 2 or 3 people could sing in the church, and you knew each other and you knew everybody's mama and you had a relationship with everybody. Now you got friends that you don't know, followers that you never met. Come on, talk to me, somebody. All of us got an opinion about everything. We got more people, but we got less peace. We got more crowds. You can talk to somebody, wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and talk to somebody over in Istanbul, and we're still lonely. How could you have that many people in your pocketbook and still be lonely? We were not designed for this. Something is crazy. More people doesn't mean more quality. We've lost sight of what relationships are. We use people's name to brag, to justify. Look at how many followers I got. They're not following you. They don't know you. They don't like you. That's not what you look like anyway. You lighten the picture, darken the picture, took your waist in, built your chest up. You ain't that cute. They don't know you. Because the more people can access you, the more they think they have a right to you. I don't like your hair like that. You don't look good in that color. That's too tight on you. People got their mouth all in your life. And sometimes by the time you use the strength that it takes to withstand all of these people that you're never going to meet anyway, you don't have enough left for the people that are in your life. So they really don't get your attention because you're dealing with all of these superficial, really it don't matter people. So you're sitting at the dining room table and you can't eat without your phone. And you're not talking to the people that cooked the food or bought the food or paid for the food. No, you're talking to somebody that you will never meet, know, or care about. There's something to be said about small groups and intimacy and where you pay attention and where you have real conversation and you have real connectivity. Sometimes people are overwhelming. They want more and more and more and more. And there's not a person in this room who doesn't have somebody in your life who's not complaining because you're not there enough, or you don't call enough, or you don't text enough, or you didn't come see me, or you didn't do this, or you missed my birthday, or you missed Halloween, or you don't act like you used to act. And we are overwhelmed because the people who make the biggest withdrawals make the least of. One of the hardest things you will ever have to manage in your life is success. People don't hate you when you fail. You don't have gossip and enemies when you fail. You have gossip and enemies when you're going up. And you have to be strong enough. I don't know whether you understand this expression at home. We call them haters. You have to be strong enough to walk into your blessing even in the midst of people who are gossipers and haters and backbiters, and yet you've got to set your face like flint and say, I know this is God and I'm going to walk into it anyway. Be strong and very courageous. Say amen, somebody. Now I want you to notice the nuances of this text. 3 times God says the same thing, to be strong and be very courageous, and then he warns us not to be afraid, because fear will negate success. It will destroy success. It will eat up success like cancer. And I don't care how much teaching you get about success or prosperity, if you don't change your attitude, you cannot change your altitude. Your altitude, your height, is only modified by your attitude. So God says, I want you to get the attitude of a winner before you get in the fight. You can't get in the fight and then try to be strong. He said, I want you to be strong before you get in the fight. I want you to get the attitude of winning, even though you may feel like this is the most testing time in your life. I want you to be very courageous, because God says, I swear I'm going to bless you. Can you believe that tonight? And then he says something that is of great importance. He says, prepare your victuals. And I want you to notice, I'm going to get back into this in a minute about this whole food thing. But he says, prepare your victuals, get your food ready. You got to eat like a winner. I'm going to say that again. You got to eat like a winner. You see all of these people training for the Olympics. They don't eat like losers and expect to win. You got to eat like a winner. He said, prepare your victuals, for in 3 days you're going to cross this Jordan. You're going to go through transition. Now, transition is never easy, because when you're going through transition, you're neither here nor there. You're in between places. You're too far from where you came from to go back to being who you were. but you're not quite where you're going, so you can't enjoy the blessings of getting where you're going. You're somewhere in the middle. Is there anybody in here who feels like you're somewhere in the middle? You're saying, Lord, I thank you. I'm not what I used to be, but I'm not quite what I'm gonna be. I'm somewhere in the middle of transition. Transition, my brothers and sisters, is not comfortable. Transition is not easy. Transition can be difficult, but God said to Joshua, at this season in his life, I want you to prepare victuals, your food now, because in 3 days I'm going to take you through transition, or I'm going to take you through changes. Somebody say changes. Now, I don't know about you. It depends on your personality profile. Some people handle change very well. Some people do not handle change very well. I will only say this because I'm in the UK and I don't think my sister will ever get this tape. But I have a sister who hates change. Once she gets a house, she's going to stay in the house forever. If she gets an apartment, she's going to stay in the apartment forever. If she gets a car, I can't get her to trade the car in. She keeps the car till the muffler falls off and the engine is rusted and the battery is corroded, and she's still driving the same car. Gave her a car and told her, look, just don't keep it too long. She still got it. I said, trade it while you can get some money back. Why should I trade it? It's still good. I told her it's good now, but good doesn't last. You need to trade it while it's still good so that you can get the value out of it, because you lose money when you hold stuff too long. Many times success is determined by timing. The value of a property is not controlled by its ingredients. It only retains equity for a certain period of time, and you've got to move it while it's still valuable. If you are a person that does not adjust or acquiesce to change easily, you're going to have a difficult time walking with God, because you have a God of change. He is moving God. He is a quickening spirit. He is a rushing mighty wind. He is a well of living water. You will never see God represented by something that is stagnant or stable. He's not a monument. He's a movement. If he's above your head by day, he's a cloud. If it's by night, he's a pillar of fire. But he's always moving. And if you're going to walk with God, you got to keep your shoes on and be prepared to walk, because you have a God that will move you out. Touch your neighbor and say, you're getting ready to move. Now, you in order to move, you got to have some fuel. You don't put gas in a car, you're not going to drive. The first thing they're going to do when they get ready to fly me back home, the plane is going to fill the tanks up with gas, because it's getting ready to go somewhere. The further the distance of travel, the more the fuel is going to be taken in. Because to him whom much is given, much is required. Some of you come into a meeting like this and you don't eat much because you've already decided you're not going to do anything with it. You're a parked car in a garage and you're not going anywhere. And so the message goes over your head because you don't need it. But somebody's sitting there saying, I need this word, because something is about to happen in my life. And I've got to soak up every piece of this word I can get, and I got to eat the whole thing, because after this I'm going to come into my blessing. I didn't come to church every night just to jump over a puddle of water. I'm going to go a great distance off of this word. I'm going to be strengthened by this word. I'm going to raise my entire family off of this word. I'm coming out of debt by this word. I'm coming out of depression by this word. I'm coming out of adversity by this word. God wouldn't be sending all of these generals from all over the world to feed me the word of God if he was going to park me for the next year. He's getting ready to take me out for a flight. I'm getting ready to rise above my storm and my opposition. God wouldn't invest this kind of gas into something he wasn't going to use. Something is about to happen in my life. You got to